Okay, so a couple months ago I made a video because it was revealed by the creator of One Piece that he has plans to end the series in about 5 years. Now, a lot of people are going crazy and saying, well, you know, he says this all the time, how can we really trust it? And we've had throughout the years different miscommunications on when One Piece is supposed to end. We've heard it was supposed to be this time, that time, it's halfway through here, then all of a sudden it's only 55%, you know, a couple years later. So a lot of people have been really wondering, okay, so what's going on? Is it really ending in 5 years? Well, the editor of One Piece, the manga, recently came out and he had a couple things to say about when One Piece is ending and what, you know, the comments from the creator of One Piece, Eiichiro Oda, he was kind of just elaborating on that a little bit more. So we're gonna read the article and talk about it, but man, it always makes me wonder, like, yo, is One Piece really gonna end soon? Like, and don't get me wrong, 5 years from now is not soon, considering the manga's been going for like, what, over 20 years, but I'm just saying, let's talk about it. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. So like I said, yeah, a couple months ago it came out, the creator of One Piece, I want to say he was doing an interview or a showing to some fans, and he basically said that he was planning on ending the manga in 5 years. Now, I remember it was, I want to say 2010 or so, where the creator of One Piece, Eiichiro Oda, came out and said, the manga is about halfway through. And if you do 2010, 97, the manga I want to say started, it was serialized 97, I could be off. I think it was 97 the manga, 99 the anime. So that was about like 13 years. So you figure, yeah, it's honestly, he's not that far off from his original calculation of him being halfway, you know, done with it, if you think about it, because that was 13 years ago. We're in 2019. 5 more years from now would be, what, 2024? Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So about 5 more years, give or take a year or two, he was kind of on the money of it being halfway done in 2010. But again, people had their reservations because they've heard so many times One Piece is going to end this time, or it has this much left, or it might end soon, or whatever. So the editor of One Piece came out and spoke on what Eiichiro Oda said about the manga ending. Let's read. I got the article right here. We'll read and we'll talk some more, but man, all good things come to an end at some given point. And honestly, whether it's 5 years from now, 10 years from now, it's gonna be a sad day the day One Piece ends, because it's the juggernaut of shonen anime and manga. Even despite the fact that Demon Slayer is surpassing it in manga sales just for 2019, we know 2020 One Piece is gonna regain its crown unless some other freak accident. I don't want to call it a freak accident, but it's just like, it was such an anomaly for what Demon Slayer did compared to the fact that Attack on Titan, the monstrosity it was, One Punch Man, Tokyo Ghoul, all these series that exploded within these last 5 years or so, none of them could do what Demon Slayer did. And I think a lot of that is attributed, don't get me wrong, great story and all that, but studio ufotable, and I'm kind of getting off topic. Let's read the article. One Piece editor updates on plans to end manga in 5 years. And the editor is Takuma Naito. If Oda says it'll be 5 years, then it'll surely end in 5 years, is in quotes at the top of the article. In an interview that Otakon News published on Thursday, One Piece manga editor Takuma Naito reaffirmed the manga creator Eiichiro Oda's September statement about wanting to end the One Piece story in 5 years. Naito acknowledged that just going by what Oda told him about the manga's upcoming developments, Naito was uncertain about finishing everything in 5 years. Still, Naito assured fans that if Oda says it will be 5 years, then it will surely end in 5 years. Naito added that just looking at the rapid developments in the manga's current arc, Wano Country arc, he feels the current pacing will allow for the 5-year ending. Oda revealed during his appearance on Fuji TV's Honma Daikai program in January that the ending of the manga is near and that the manga will have just over 100 volumes. Oda noted that he had thought about the manga's ending since he was still in college. In addition, the show's host, Sanma Akashiya, also asked Oda what would happen if a fan managed to guess the same ending that Oda is writing. And Oda replied that he would change the ending. After Oda's January statement, OnePiece.com and V-Jump columnist Greg Werner cautioned fans against equating Oda's estimates of the story's progress to precise time frames. Oda said in an interview in July 2016 that he had finished around 65% of the manga, so yeah, just kind of giving us a little bit of updates. While he was in school, or in high school, Oda was a runner-up for the Tezuka Award for New Creator. So yeah, all the accomplishments of what Oda did leading up to, of course, where it's at right now. One of the other things I guess that's important, and we'll talk a little bit more about everything else in a second, second, but the manga will have more than 460 million copies in print worldwide when the 95th volume ships in December 28th, which I want to say that we're catching up to Batman, and we're about to surpass Batman for total sales wise, which is freaking bananas, and I'm so here for it. I'll support the hell out of One Piece. I mean, I already support it. I bought, and I don't even know, 97 volumes of the manga up to this point, but I'll continue to support One Piece just to get that trophy for the manga boys. But to talk about a couple things that was said, so pretty much he's right now, the editor is saying that he's kind of unsure in terms of what's going on, but at the same time it could happen. So very, very vague stuff, because on one end he's like, I don't know, but then at the same time he's like, well, if Oda said it, then it is what it is. And also with all the developments, because you think about it, minus the last 3 chapters, maybe I want to say, ever since the Kozuki Oden flashback from like 960 to 962, 3, something like that. The latest chapter is 962 actually. You know, aside from those chapters, the manga was progressively giving us just giant leaps and bounds of information that it was ridiculous. I forget which chapter it was, maybe 5 or 6 chapters ago, where we got all of the bounties up to Roger, Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido. We got everyone's bounties. We got like the information of where the original crew of Big Mom and Kaido and all of them, the Rocks Pirates. We got so much information. So if you think about it, right there, the way One Piece is normally paced, which is a slow burn, it usually does things in a slow manner, and then next thing you know, it's like pow, all in your face. The fact that we got all that, yeah, maybe 5 years. I just don't know, just because there's so much still to go, and One Piece arcs usually have been lasting so long, especially the fact that Wano, we're about a couple years into Wano at this particular point. I want to say maybe a year into Wano, I'm not sure, but Wano probably still got another 2 to 3 years, I'm imagining, to go, because there's so much going on right now. We got Kaido and Big Mom on the island. We got the flashback of Oden and what his involvement is going to be to the overall plot of Wano at this particular point. We got, of course, the Straw Hats. We got so much going on Wano, so that alone is going to eat up a good maybe half of those 5 years. Are we gonna wrap up everything else in One Piece, the final war, or is Wano going to be one of the final wars? And we still gotta go to Elbaf, we still gotta become Pirate King, get the One Piece, see the aftermath of everything that's gonna happen after that. So I'm a little leery of the 5-year mark, but if Oda's saying it, his editor is reinforcing that, yeah, the way things are going, and of course he got a sneak peek of what's to come, there's a possibility One Piece could end in 5 years, and that's crazy. Like, One Piece is a juggernaut. The day One Piece ends, mark my words, shonen manga will never be the same again. It'll never be the same again, because love it or hate it, One Piece brings in so many fans into the manga culture. All it takes is for a person to read One Piece, and then next thing you know, they fall in love with it and they want to read other stuff. So the void will be massive. But also something else to talk about in that article was, during that old interview, which I must have missed that part of it, the host of that TV show had said to Oda, hey, if somebody guessed your ending, what would you do? And that he would actually change it. So that honestly makes me look at like doing theories, which I'm not really a big when it comes to One Piece. I don't really like to theorize on this series in particular, because I feel like I'm going to be talking about this series for years to come, hopefully. And it would be, like, oh man, I guess, because I've been on par with a couple of different things. Like, I remember it was a year to the date of Sabo's revival, or Sabo, we found out that he was alive, that I actually put a theory together that Sabo was still alive, which I know a lot of people put that theory together too, but so I don't really theorize on it. But I guess you should be a little bit cautionary regarding doing theories, because what about if you put together a massive, incredible theory about how One Piece is going to end, and then Oda decides to change it because of that, and then years later you found out, well, this One Piece video that went around and had 10 million views. So theories, I know it's not going to stop anybody or whatever, and it's fun to theorize, and I like it or whatever, but that would really suck if there's a great theory that goes around and that's actually the ending of One Piece, and then Oda says, you know what, screw it, I'm changing it, that's it, which he's had the ending in mind since college, so this has been a long time coming. Overall, this crazy One Piece news is like, man, I don't know, it makes me wonder how long Wano really is gonna go. Maybe he'll wrap it up in another year and a half or so, and we'll have the remainder of that time to do everything else. But 5 years still seems a little, with the way One Piece goes and the massive plot and story and everything that we still got to cover, I don't see One Piece being able to wrap all that up within 5 years. Now, when I look at the scope of it, yeah, we got massive information, but again, gotta take the word of Oda and his editor. But I'm curious what you guys think about this news. Do you think that Oda and his editor are on point, that it will end within the next 5 years? I mean, do you think it's even possible, and the way One Piece tells its story, to be able to do it properly without having like a rushed, you know, Bleach type of ending where everything just started rushing, or like it's gonna take a bit longer than that? I'd say honestly, my mind, from where we're at right now, in order for One Piece to properly wrap up and do it the way it does with its pacing and everything, and nicely do it with a bow and a ribbon on top, maybe 7 years. That's what I'm thinking. Give another 2 more years for Wano to wrap up. That gives us 5 more years to wrap up Elbaf, the final war, all of that good stuff. And then, so that's just my opinion, which it's crazy because this manga's been going on for a long time, but we know the way One Piece tells its story, and I think that it needs a little bit more than 5 years to really tell everything that's left over. But I could be wrong, and again, how do I know more than the editor and the creator themselves? So your thoughts on that? Also, how do you feel about the fact that if we theorize it right and it circulates, the ending of One Piece, Oda's changing that? That is freaking nuts. Like, ooh, yo. But that's all I have for this one though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links of course are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in. Enjoy the next ride, but I was the best ride.